I'm very excited to have my next guest join us. She plays the role of Lady Raven in the movie Trap. And not only that, she produced, wrote, and sings on all 14 songs of the soundtrack. The super talented Saleka.
Thank you so much. That was such a kind introduction.
Thank you so much for your time. We're doing this at the Grammy Museum in LA right before your performance.
Yes.
You look stunning.
Oh, thank you.
I take it this is the stage fit.
Yes, it is.
What inspired this look?
Oh, I don't know. I've been wanting to actually wear this dress for something, and this felt like a very elegant kind of event where not only do I get to perform, but I get to talk about songwriting and production and kind of all the facets of myself. So sometimes when I'm just performing, it's, I like to wear more fun stuff and sneakers and kind of performative things, but this is more me kind of just, a little bit feminine and stripped down kind of feeling.
Is this Lady Raven that is
Lady
appearing
Raven
here?
is a little more dramatic,
Oh.
I would say, costume-wise and everything.
How much of Lady Raven is Saleka versus an alter ego? What you wish Saleka would be?
A lot of it is what I wish I would be, I would say.
Yeah.
And, kind of imagining this big artist that commands these big rooms and has done that and has the confidence to do that, and, has this long-lasting relationship with her fans. So, all the things that I admire in the artists that I love, kind of just trying to put myself in their shoes and imagine what it would be like.
I can imagine what it's like, especially in your stage of your career. You released your debut just not long ago, Seance,
last year, yeah.
right? And now you're whisked into this movie where you're basically the star, right? And how much of you was hesitant to say, wait a minute, I'm not ready for that yet, Dad?
Yeah, I mean, the idea kind of started just slowly, and so gradually it became this massive thing when kind of out of nowhere, but it's just really started with the idea of, me and my dad wanting to create something together, to bring music and film together. It's something we love. Movies like Purple Rain is one of our favorite movies. We've watched it together many times, and, growing up watching Bollywood movies, it's such a big part of our culture, and just thinking about that has been, a concept that we've loved, and so wanting to do something with that. And at first it was just kind of me writing music for it and then playing a small role, and then my dad's kind of idea of capturing a serial killer at a concert needed the character to be big so that it could be a stadium, so that the intensity was high and you feel the energy of that huge crowd and all the kids screaming. And so I kind of had to rise to the occasion to fulfill the story that he wanted, so it was definitely nerve-wracking.
I can imagine, because I recall you in San Francisco. You play this venue called Cafe du Nord.
Yes!
It's downstairs in like a
Yeah.
little basement hall,
Yes.
150 people or so.
Oh my gosh,
right?
yeah.
To go from that to, I don't know, where did you film a lot of the scenes in that stadium?
We filmed in Toronto, actually, in Hamilton at a stadium there.
Like 50,000 people capacity or something
I
like
think
that?
it was more close to like 20,000, but
Okay.
we didn't have, that many people in the
Sure.
room. But it was a few thousand, in the room each day, kind of watching and reacting like a real audience.
But to have that much room.
Yeah, that was, surreal.
I've spoken to so many artists that have gone from the small stage at a festival
Yeah.
to the main stage.
Yeah.
And they're like, wow, that's a lot of room. What am I
It is a
going to
lot
do
of
with that?
room. I sang the national anthem at a Sixers game like way long before I had even started really performing, and that was like, it was a really big game and it was full, stadium, so that was like my first experience in like a huge room, and that was extremely nerve-wracking for me, so it kind of brought me back to that. But in this way, I felt prepared because we rehearsed, and we were on that stage way before we started shooting and rehearsing and going through the choreography every day. So I kind of got comfortable, being in that environment before.
Doing
it
the
was put to
national
test.
anthem is super hard.
Oh my
from what
gosh,
I
it's
hear.
so hard.
Like
I was so scared.
the echo,
And
timing-wise.
there's no. You're by yourself, so there's no pitch, so you're trying to hold a note from the dressing room, and then the cheerleaders are dancing, and you're like, what is a note, what is a note, So it's, yeah.
And there's Joel Embiid like staring at you like,
Oh,
come
yeah,
on,
and
I got to play.
It's crazy, and they don't even tell you, like, that when you get there, they come to the dressing room and they time you, they have you sing it, and they say, if it's not under 1 minute and 30 seconds, we're going to cut you off.
Wow.
So you have to get the song under 1 minute and 30 seconds, otherwise they won't let you go out there.
That's high pressure.
Yeah, it was very high pressure.
So you were able to take that with
Yes.
you into this film. I can imagine
Yeah,
like
that
you're,
felt more like being thrust into a situation that I wasn't prepared for. This was a lot of preparation and months of rehearsing and kind of getting comfortable with the material.
So I just referenced how you played a small venue. You didn't have
Yes.
dancers. You didn't
No, oh my
have
gosh,
this
so
huge
Yeah,
audience.
it was like this,
Right,
yeah.
So what was the thought process in trying to create an element or an environment that you felt comfortable that would also satisfy the scenes?
It was not really about me being comfortable. It was about what my dad kind of envisioned for the movie, and he had this idea of this kind of this size room, this 20,000 kind of space, and the bigness of that, but also kind of being enclosed in that. And he loves kind of having one location be the set of like something dark that's happening, and so we kind of had to just create it within that space that he was imagining.
Are you thinking about some type of weird thing that is happening right now as we're talking?
Oh my gosh, not until you said that. Now I'm
FBI is
scared.
surrounding this place looking for some psycho killer.
I hope not.
What about the music and the songwriting? Because the songs just hit so hard. I mean, your vocals, your production, and songwriting have always been top notch. And to come out of the gates, I've referenced Seance and so forth.
Yes.
Now you got Kid Cudi helping you out, or being featured and collaborating, and then you got Russ.
Yeah.
Hiding is one of my favorites.
Oh, thank you so much.
What was it like collaborating with those two type of personalities and,
Oh my gosh.
and coming to a sound that
Yeah, that was such a dream. I mean, each of the features, there's 3 features on the album, and each of them was very different. For Kid Cudi, we have a personal relationship with him, and he kind of came to my studio, and he brought his producer Dot that he works with on all his tracks, and so it was just the 3 of us in the studio kind of creating something from nothing and trying to find a sound that was him, which, he has a very distinct sound, and then also something that I felt comfortable singing over. And then we kind of wrote each of our parts, and then on FaceTimes I was like, what if we change this lyric here, and kind of finessed it after being in person. With Russ, I actually made a few beats and I sent it to him, and I was like, which one do you like? And he kind of recorded some ideas, and he was like, I like my voice on this one, and he recorded an idea, and then I recorded the next part and sent it back to him, and we kind of just went like that. But it was more, I had kind of created the bed of music already, and he resonated with that, and he absolutely killed it. It was like a dream come true, hearing the voices of artists that I've listened to for so long and loved, and getting to hear them on tracks that I made is like the most surreal experience.
And it's not even AI or
no,
anything,
oh my
right?
gosh. I would play them in my car like over and over on the voice memos. It's so good.
You've done acting before,
not so much.
but not in this on this scale.
Yes, yeah.
Was there a point where you were like, oof, not yet, I'm not ready for
Oh
this?
yeah, every single day, all the time. I feel that right now. I have imposter syndrome every second of, every day. But I think, with the acting part of it, I had the best coach in the world, and he had actually coached me, and I auditioned for a couple things before we started this project, and he kind of coached me in those auditions and felt, I think that was like a test that I didn't know was happening in a way, and so I think he felt that there was potential there and that he felt like he could direct me. And so when he was writing the script, he sort of had in his mind, what he felt like I was capable of. And then, we rehearsed for a long time. I wanted to rehearse extra, before even the other actors started rehearsing and getting with them. I wanted to know every single emotion and intricacy of the character so that I just felt comfortable, because I'm, coming from not a lot of experience.
I think it's rad because you have to have that confidence, dive in head first type of mentality like you did when you were 14 years old.
Yes. I'm definitely more of a cautious personality, but I think in this industry, you're just thrust into situations where you have to, take advantage of like an amazing creative opportunity, and so I'm trying to make the best of it.
Congratulations on all the success, and I know there's going to be more to come.
Thank you so much.
It is exciting for you and very empowering for a lot of women in the industry, and I think that you are an inspiration to a lot of women. So
thank you so much.
lovely to meet you.
So lovely to meet you.
It is Saleka right here on B-Sides.